Alright, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's Amiya Jetski, and we gotta talk about something. It's my first discussion video. Before we start, though, can you please like and subscribe? That's all I'm asking of you. Okay, let's just hop into this right away. Sonic Movie 3, okay? We know they're gonna do the Shadow storyline, but how faithful are they going to stick to it? I mean, if you don't know, Sonic Adventure 2, a super dark game. By super, I mean not super dark, but for a Sonic game, it has a pretty depressing plot. Shadow's backstory is kind of depressing, but it is good, nonetheless. I feel like there's a lot they can do with this, like how dark are they going to make it? It is pretty interesting. We'll dive more into the points later on in this video. Okay, so my first big main question is, how close are they going to stick to Shadow's backstory? Because if you don't know, Shadow's backstory revolves around a girl who he was friends with named Maria. And she gets offed by Gun in a pretty brutal way. And so he seeks revenge on all of Earth, pretty much. That's his legit backstory. But if you don't know, it's pretty dark. And she was, like, killed on screen in a pretty brutal way. I myself can just imagine how many angry parents would be contacting Paramount and Sega saying, how dare them do an insanely dark backstory for Shadow. So the question remains if they're going to do that. Another main point is Gerald Robotnik, who is Eggman's grandfather, and I guess Maria is Eggman's cousin or something. I don't really know the whole lore. I'm not the lore genius or whatever. I'm no game theory. I don't know the timeline. Anywho, Gerald is crazy, and he is the whole reason Eggman is the way he is. Which I guess would be interesting character development. But, you know, Jim Carrey is retiring. So how are they going to do that? Are they going to make Gerald not even related to Eggman, or are they just going to cut him out completely? A thing I'm kind of worried about, though, is the idea that they might just say, oh, if Jim Carrey does come back, by the way. Oh, Eggman created Shadow. Eggman did it. Which, you know, would kind of go against the post-credit scene. But, you know, I could see them doing something like that. Them just cutting corners and cutting out Gerald almost entirely. And making Eggman the sole creator of Shadow. And maybe saying, oh, Eggman is evil because his daughter, Maria, or whatever, was killed in front of him. You know, I could see them do something like that. Oh, or Maria was Eggman's sister, and she was killed in front of him, so he created Shadow and robots and stuff, and that's why he doesn't like people. That does not sound interesting enough for me. I like to think that Eggman was just some nut who couldn't stand the thought of losing to anyone. I could see them doing something like that, though, and it is kind of, you know, I would rather not have to see that, but, you know, it's whatever. Another thing, if you're adapting Sonic Adventure 2, Rouge the Bat is always going to come up. And if you don't know, I feel like a lot of parents would complain about Rouge the Bat specifically, and it's for one thing. I'm sure you can guess what it is. Yeah. They could do it. I'm sure they could just do, like, the Sonic Heroes outfit that she has and not do the one she has for, like, almost the entirety of the franchise. For, obvious reasons. There's ways of getting around that, but still, I would be careful what you're doing with Rouge the Bat. Another point is the inclusion of the Bio-Lizard. Are they going to go along with that? I really don't know if they will. They're going to introduce the Black Arms is another thing. Probably not. I mean, I hope they don't. Instead of the Bio-Lizard, it's the Black Doom as the final fight. And another big main point I have, like, a huge question, and I'm not the only one who's asked this either. He dies in Sonic Adventure 2, okay? And it is quite dramatic, and the game just ends with his death and his remembrance. However, they have one of two ways about going around this. They could either make him A, pull a Knuckles and just start living with Sonic and being best buds, or B, they could just kill him off, or C, they could do pull a Sega, kill him off in this one, and then just bring him back in the fourth Sonic movie. If that happens, I guess. I don't really know if it's going to happen or not. Probably. I hope they don't. For my and your sake, I hope they don't bring him back. I really just want... This also, all of this that I've explained so far, does beg the question of where do you take the franchise from here? Like, where after Sonic Adventure 2 do you go? You could either A, just end the franchise here on a hopefully high note. B, make another movie. But even though, where do you take what is your inspiration for the next movie? You could do a Sonic CD adaptation, introduce Amy there. You could do an adaptation of the original Sonic Adventure. You could adapt Sonic Heroes. And if you plan on the fourth film being your finale, then I think a great end to the franchise would be an adaptation of Sonic Unleashed. You could do what you failed to do with Tails and draw parallels between Chip and Sonic and how Chip kind of has that hopeful glee that Sonic used to have as a kid. You know, make Sonic older. There's a lot of ways you could really take the franchise. It doesn't even have to be a Sonic Unleashed adaptation. Like I said, you could do something with Sonic Heroes. You could explore all these people's dynamics and how they all have to come together to fight a greater threat. There's a lot of places you could take it. The Sonic CD, too. Maybe a loose adaptation. I'm not really for sure. I think Sonic CD would work more as like a Paramount Plus spin-off show. More so than an actual movie. But that's just my interpretation. Really, that's pretty much all I have to say about the possibilities of Sonic 3 and maybe even Sonic 4, the movies. It was Amaya Jetski, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.